tuning into TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Freedom Friday. Yeah. Y'all know I'm silly. Anyway, so today is Freedom Friday, and we are talking about accomplishing goals. But before we do, you guys already know what I'm going to ask. One, please like, subscribe, and share, because if you get anything out of this content, chances are someone else will as well. So share it with those you know, love, and care about. And two, I am a distributor for Young Living, which is an essential oil company, the best in the business, pure quality. So check out the link below for essential oils and other products that they have. And let's get into it. Okay, so I'm coming up on the end of this mentorship that I've been doing, where I've been learning a lot about consumer credit, and I'm hearing mind-blowing stuff about it. And it's got me re-evaluating some of my goals, or looking back on some of my goals. Actually, you know how the ancestors do. So I actually came across a list that I had written like back in, I think it was either January or December. So right around the time I got fired from my job. I had wrote out this list of things that I wanted to accomplish. And as I'm reviewing this list, I'm sitting there looking like, okay, did that, doing that. Oh, that's about to happen because of this. Oh, that's about to happen because of this. And so I'm looking at everything that I have already accomplished and the goals that I've already done, or the ones that I am working on, or the ones that I didn't know how I was going to do. And now after this mentorship, now I know exactly how it's going to get done. And so that's why Freedom Friday, I wanted to use that today as a way of taking you back to look at where you've been, look at the goals you have, and then see where you are today. Because a lot of times we stay so much in the present, we forget to look to see where do we come from. How far have we made it? How close are we to our goals? How close are we to what it is we're doing? We just caught up in the midst of everything that we're doing right now today, and how we haven't done this, or we haven't done that, or we ain't got that done yet, or we keep running into these obstacles and all this stuff, but you haven't realized that you almost completed this track. You almost at the finish line, but you haven't realized that because you haven't stopped to take a moment to look at it. And so Freedom Friday is about that. Those things that make you feel free. Those things that free some of those burdens that you have, that we carry around with ourselves, and that we hold ourselves down with and boggle ourselves down with, So sometimes you do have to take a moment to stop and look. Go find that notebook or that journal that you had, or that project you did when you was taking that self-help class, or that dream board that you tucked away behind something years ago that you did. Take a look at it, pull it out, read it, look at it, observe it. See what all you accomplished on there. See what all is coming up close. See what it is you have done. And if by some small fortune of chance that you are one of those very few people who haven't done one thing on your goal list that you wrote however long ago, then that gives you something to strive for. That gives you something to refocus yourself on and get it done. And it will happen faster than you think. Okay, now I know y'all saying, what month is this? This is August now. So I know you guys are saying, okay, well, Toy, you said you wrote that in December or January. This is 8 months later, and now you just now seeing some of this stuff come to fruition. I had to learn a lot. I had to grow a lot. I had to make a lot of internal spiritual changes in order to get to where I am right now. And I'm not done in the least bit, okay? I still, knowing what I know, knowing who I am, and finding myself strengthening who I am as a person on a spiritual level, physical level, mental level, like all of that. I still feel that pull sometimes of who I used to be. Like, okay, I don't know what we getting ourselves into. We just gonna sit here because I'm just tired. I don't feel like doing nothing. But then you gotta talk yourself out of that. You gotta talk to that version of yourself. Be like, honey, boo boo, that's not what we doing no more. Okay, that's what we used to do, but that's not what we doing today. Okay, today we're gonna get up. We're gonna turn this TV off, and we're gonna go into this room and do what we need to do. Okay, so sometimes you have to put that tough love on yourself to get it done, okay? To go and accomplish some of the things. One of the biggest things I find that helps me with it is writing a list. If I am consistent with writing a list on everything that I have to do the next day, then guess what? I'm boom, 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 got it done. Let me not make them list or just keep it in my head and not put it down on paper, then it's like, okay, what all did I say I was doing today? I don't know. Let me think. You know what? Let me go. Let me just turn TV on while I'm cleaning this kitchen. And next thing you know, I'm sitting in front of that TV hours later and I still ain't did what it was I was supposed to do. So it helps to find those tools that work for you. So I know I said writing a list for everything I need to do the next day works for me, works for a lot of other people, but if for some reason it don't work for you, then you find what works for you. You know, maybe you got to write the list the night before. Maybe you got to put it on a board. Maybe you do whatever it is that you do. Do it for you. Okay, because at the end of the day, your goal list is your goal list. It's not mine. It ain't anybody else's. If you get it done, don't get it done, that's on you. You know, if I don't get mine done, then that's on me. And the regret and the disappointment I feel for myself is what is going to be on me. Me not getting my jobs is what it's going to feel on me, not on anybody else. Just like for you, it's not going to be on anybody else but you. But when you accomplish your goals, when you look back and you see you done did like half of this stuff and you didn't even realize it. I even came across a journal years ago, okay, years ago that I had written out and was looking through it and was like, wow, wow, I actually got a lot of this done. So I'm telling y'all, write out what your goals are. Write out what it is that you want to do. Think about what it was you did the last time you wrote it out. And if you haven't never wrote it out, then this is the opportunity. This is a chance for you to do it now. Write it out. Write out your goals. And then in 6 months, come back and look at it and see what happened. You write it out, put it in an envelope, tuck it away, put a date on it. And then when that date comes, you pull that envelope out and you look and see, what did you write down back then? Them 6 months ago, year ago, 5 years ago, whatever time frame you give it. Look at what you wrote down and see how much of it you accomplished. I guarantee you had at least done at least one thing on there. But I'm sure you would have done a lot more than that, and you will surprise yourself at how far you are. But if you don't take a moment to look back and reflect on where it is that where you came from, reflect on the things that you did, then it's hard to see the accomplishments that you made today. It's hard to see what it is that you've done today. And it's going to be harder to see where you're going in the future. So start there. Write out your goals, put them to the side, come back sometime later, a month later, 2 months later, 6 months later, whatever time frame you give it, and look and see where you are. How close are you to getting those goals done? Did you get those goals done? And then just like I said, every day I just write down what it is I need to do the next day. That's it. I got a little, girl, y'all can get these at the dollar store or $1.25 store now, depending on where you are. But just a little piece of paper. What I need to do. It don't have to be nothing fancy. There's been times when I've used scrap sheets of paper because I have one around here somewhere. Yep, right here. Okay, so this was something I printed by mistake. So what I make a list on that. It really doesn't matter, just as long as you do it. That's all that matters. Is do it, put it someplace where you can see it, and get it done. That's all. So that's all I have for y'all today. I love you. Happy Freedom Friday. Hope you have a magnificent weekend. And I will talk to you tomorrow.